All the way live from deepest, darkest eastern Kentucky. In particular, Prestonsburg. It's the MWO podcast on Patreon. Hosted by the creepy Kentuckian and the old man that doesn't care to tell you to shut up! It's Captain B-Plan. Take it away, bulls.
Howdy, folks, and welcome. It's the April 26th edition of the MWO podcast here on Patreon. Coming up here in just a few days is the beginning of May
of the Dead.
Yeah, we're going to save your ears for a little while.
Right.
But I got a big announcement for that. We got some huge news on an upcoming release from our good buddies over at Synapse Films. And possibly that's associated with the announcement too. Who's to say? Let's go ask Tom Atkins.
You know what? I was really surprised though that Synapse got Trick or Treat. I just did not see that coming from them.
I didn't either.
Think of anything else that they could put out, but not that for some reason.
I automatically assumed that it was Vestron that was releasing it. I don't know why, but I was just thinking, I knew for sure Felcher was working on it because I could tell by the look on his face. And we're coming up real soon. We're going to put all that is coming, boys, because I'm going to roast his ass worse than any other time before. Slippy will probably never want to come back.
Have you decided to do that?
I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it.
All right.
Trick or Treat 4K from Synapse Films. It's restored, supervised by Don May Jr. from the original Cameron.
It's going to look insane then.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't realize Trick or Treat has never had an official disc release ever. You know that, Steve?
Yeah.
The DVD that we saw in Walmart back in the day from the Platinum Disc Corporation was a goddamn bootleg.
Now, was that the one that had like Gene Simmons and Ozzy on the front of it? Like,
yeah, from way later, like not in the 80s, like Ozzy and like No More Tears era.
I've still got that in there somewhere, yeah.
The Trick or Treat 4K, is that something that you guys are going to be checking out? I'm almost guaranteeing it's going to be a steelbook.
Yeah, it will be.
$50 steelbook.
It'll be $60 at least.
We know how Steve loves them steelbooks.
That's the biggest release they've had since probably Suspiria. So I would say it'll be a fucking steelbook inside of like a media book, encased in like a wooden box or something. I mean, it'll be something.
You would think for sure they would want to do something, extra special for Trick or Treat. And I'm looking for, man, like that movie, I cannot wait to see what that fucking movie will look like.
Me either. Here's another thing too. You'd be an idiot not to put out like some sort of vinyl with that. Like that's like the only time that makes any sense. All these fucking companies like Scream Factory put out like vinyl releases, and that's the one movie that would actually make sense to do that with.
Well, there's already a vinyl release of it out.
Yeah, but I mean, include something like a single or something with it or something like that. Something you can play backwards and it says something. Do something.
They may do that. I mean, they may include the CD soundtrack with it. That'd be kind of cool. I'm excited about it, and it's also a Red Shirt home video release too. So it's going to have lots of bonus materials and all that good stuff from Slippy. And speaking of which, I mean, I guess we might as well go ahead and throw it out there. May of the Dead. May of the Dead is kicking off a week from tonight, boss. A week from tonight, because the long-awaited, much-anticipated return of Don May, Synapse Films guru, along with Michael Felcher, who, I'm going to let him have it, boys. You all going to hear it on there. It's going to be a rough night for Felcher. We're going to have them both on and discuss in detail the release, how long it's been, they've been working on it. I think they've been working on it a lot longer than we've even realized. and swept it kind of under the rug.
I was thinking we need, you know how like Slippy he's got like a nickname and he's got like a song and all that shit. We need something for Don May Jr. So when he comes on, we can like play it like some sort of a signature song or something.
Junior, something like that, and it starts with a.
Yeah, that's it. It would have like a hoedown style fucking banjo playing. That'd match him perfectly.
No reaction.
I mean, the thing is, 4K Tent Revival mentioned this too. We all know Don May doesn't do 4K unless it actually improves the release. This is true. I don't know if I've ever seen a 4K that Synapse has put out that has not just fucking like popped off that screen. The Demons one in particular, I was like, what in the fuck? How? Because Demons, I don't know about you, Steve. I mean, I like the movie and everything, of course, but just remembering back to watching the movie before, you wouldn't think that a movie like that would pop the way it did on that 4K.
Yeah. It's night and day.
A lot of stuff to talk about with Don May, though. It's a week from tonight. And it's interesting that we're calling it May of the Dead, because we'll get into more of that on the show, because he's got a very interesting story to tell, I think, that a lot of people may not realize. And it's going to be good to have him on. We haven't had him on in well over a year. I'm going to ask about the Thriller thing. I've got to.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like, what in the hell went on with that? And ultimately, what I predicted was true. As another Vinegar Syndrome 4K that did not need to be a 4K. It's pretty obvious if you check out both versions. Give us the thumbs up.
Up your butt.
Like, subscribe, and if you subscribe, here's something else you can do. Once you subscribe, you can click the bell notification, right? And it'll notify you anytime that Dead Pit puts up new shit.
Or don't. I really don't give a if you do.
I want you to. I don't care. Let's keep our community growing here on YouTube.
I don't like it. I don't want you to do nothing.
Listen, they need to do that, pal.
No, don't you dare touch it.
Thumbs up, subscribe, and click that bell.
Hey folks, it's Oak Early Jaws. I might be banned off of YouTube, but that doesn't mean I can get you some great shirts over at shop.deadpit.com. First, we got Steve Bedingfield post goes against our community standards in nudity or sexual activity. We got the deadpit.com shirt. We got Cardboard. We got L Lord. We got Tales from the Dark Side. We got Dead Pit. And we got a Princess Puffin shirt, boss. It doesn't get any fucking better. Brandon had the accident. Aww. But these shirts just get better and better, boss. You gotta go over to shop.deadpit.com and pick you up some shirts right fucking now. What are you fucking waiting for? Do it. Do it now, because Old Curly Jaw said so.
Thank you to all of our supporters on Patreon. Dead Pit on Patreon.com is the only place to check out a complete archive of the old Dead Pit radio shows all the way back from 2005 on, in addition to the midweek shows and fan commentaries, exclusive podcasts, and much more. Dead Pit on Patreon.com if you're interested. Tiers start at only $1.